Okay, I'm live. This is Dr. Mia Lueth. Let me go take care of that sunshine back there. Give me a momento. A momento. Momento mori. Yeah, Momento Mori is a good album by Depeche Mode, by the way. I should have less ambient noise than I did before. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I know. I make these faces. Everybody's like, why are your eyes half shut? I'm like, I was born this way. Am I supposed to walk around like this all the time? I might have difficulty with that. It could, right? And the other thing, the frown lines, that was born this way too, right? People are like, oh, you need to smile more. And I'm like, why? I know what some people's answer to that is, right? So that the rest of the people around me can smile. But I don't want to lie with my face. And most of the time, if I'm not frowning. I have really small lips. It looks like I'm frowning. Okay, understand some of us born, our lips go down. Okay. I've taken injury here to the orbital bone. So, yeah. So, I know that a lot. I'm just going to address this real quick. I did, of course, I did listen to the entirety of the 21 Pilots Breach album, which just came out. And I watched the two videos, and I really liked one of the videos because it did this like screen roll of everybody who's involved with making all the videos and all the people involved with the the Legend of Dima, and it explains more about Clancy, which I mean, they got this whole big thing going on. I'm not as much into the lore because I just love the music, and I am 53, but still, I kind of get it. Like, I do kind of get it. And I like Contract. And of course, Drum Show is actually a real drum show. And I like, well, I mean, I think some of them have to grow on me, but I did like Tally, just straight out the gate, and robot voices. So if you're not used to 21 Pilots, you might be like, what? But even if it doesn't like hit me right away, yeah, usually the whole album grows on me. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad it's out. And they have a couple of videos. They have some audio. I am indeed, yes, imbibing a frozen cocktail. My neighbor had extra, and she needed straws. And because I gave her the bendy flexi straws, I got free cocktail. So I can't stay online for long, so I'm just jumping in. This is more for me, medical update. I know there's people say they don't have bad days. Okay, here's the problem, is that some people don't think the same way, and some people's problems or issues or whatever sometimes are insurmountable. And so when people say there are no bad days, well, I mean, if you've had a near-death experience, okay, but most people haven't. And unfortunately, in terms of, psychology and the way humans work, that tends to put an expectation on people that they can't uphold. So, you get up in the morning and you stub your toe and you have some kind of disability or injury, and, you're having trouble, I don't know, toileting one day, and there's people calling you at, dark 30 in the morning, and You have to be somewhere, but your ride is late, and it's one of those bad hair days, and it started pouring down rain, even though weather person said that was not going to happen. Okay? Trying to pretend to be okay with all that actually starts putting you in a state of delusion. And it is a ridiculous expectation to put on people. Okay? It just is. There are such things as bad days, and it's okay to admit that you have bad days. And no one should put the expectation on you that every day you're going to go smiling through it all wonderful, nothing's wrong. Okay? You're lying with your face. People cannot read through that a lot. I can, but not many can. And so they think everything is okay. It's not okay. It isn't. Okay? You don't just keep, you know what I'm saying? Bad days happen. Good days happen. Great days happen. Okay? But unfortunately, that is what happens. When people start saying there are no bad days, I'm thinking, well, then you're delusional. Okay? It's okay to admit that. Especially if you're disabled or you got serious health issues like I do and other people, because there's shitloads you can't control, and trying to walk around and force yourself to smile and force yourself to like be okay with everything that's happening, and right, that becomes extremely mentally unhealthy. It puts expectations. You're putting expectations on yourself. So if you cry, or if you fall down and hurt yourself, or if somebody says something that's just plain ignorant about one of your dead family members, and you get upset about it, other people are going to react negatively to that. So for most people on earth, there are such things as bad days. It's okay. It's okay to have those. It's good to acknowledge that, because when you wake up the next day, you have something like, do I feel better today? Okay. So I do recommend that people not say there's no such thing as bad days, because that expectation, uh, I mean, like I said, if you've had a near death experience, well, I have too. I study them, but I have too. Uh, but even I am realistic enough to say, no, 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 I have bad days, man. And they can get really bad. And sometimes I cry. And sometimes I feel like I want to give up. And unfortunately, on rare occasions, I actually start thinking about, and the reason I do that is I don't have any family. There's no one, like, people who have a bunch of support from people, you don't get it. So you're not allowed to make comments to me or give me advice. People who have lots of money can pay for a bunch of physical therapy and all this other crap. Okay, you don't get it, and you are not allowed to advise me. Okay, the dirt poor kids, right? I don't have all that. But I do have to go occupational therapy, but I do have to go. And these things are all under one program umbrella. Uh, but yes, very soon I have to get a new hip. And right after I do that, right, then I got to get surgery, probably get a new knee. My right hip's going to have to go. Then I'm going to have to probably get, I'm going to be another. I mean, there's a few other people, titanium from the waist below, but I don't want to be titanium from the waist below. Apparently I have to. But I'm not well taken care of, people. Don't compare me to fucking people who have people all over the place helping them. Okay, don't do that. You're not allowed. You're uninvited. This one's called Fireworks. I can't bend my wrist. Yeah, when I was younger, I didn't listen to the doctors like I should have. So certain things that were broken didn't heal right, and later on in life, it catches up to you. And yeah, now I got ugly teeth, and I got the Sophia Loren gap, and I got the former guns. The one thing I do have, see, I guess I built up muscle when I was a kid. And once you have that structure, you got to keep feeding it because, you got it right. So essentially, even many years later, like the way your fat turns will look different from other people's. Okay. But I don't have a private gym. I don't have the money to go. I don't have, someone who's helping me with my nutrition. I have to do that all myself. So, those of you who are well taken care of, shut it. Okay? You don't really have a right to be telling me anything about how I feel. We all have bad days. And if you keep going like there's no such thing as bad days, you will start into, right, a delusional cycle. And when you break down from that, it will be a horrible mess. You need to give yourself some grace. Okay? Everybody, I don't even care if you're a pro athlete. I used to train like one. Well, that's why I got swimmer shoulders. They never went away. I got soccer legs. They never went away. And I got goalie balls. And they never went away. So I don't have all these things available to me. And I've needed a lap pool for a very long time. Hang on. Hello? Hello? Goodbye. A spammer. Spammer. I get a lot of that. Like a lot of people do, but sometimes I think they like to do it to have fun with me, and I'm like, oh, we're having fun. Good. If you can dish it out, I can dish it out too. Yeah. Well, yeah, some of these fake celebrities, though, it's getting out of hand, man. It's just getting ridiculous. And then some other scammers like, have you been scammed here? Give me all your information. Like, what the? I got to have a private chat with the FBI. I've done contracts and worked alongside several departments, one of which apparently is getting changed to be called the Department of what? War? I know, I gotta have a titanium lower half coming up here. I wish I could all do it in just one shot, though. It's not the way my life works. That's not the way an insurance company works. I don't want to be an asshole to people who have support and all that and money, but I'm not. I get it. I'm not begrudging you that. That ain't the way life works for me and billions of other people. Okay? Everybody has a bad day, man. Give yourself that grace. Don't be encouraging people because, trust me, you're going to end up in a delusional state. And people are going to think you're okay when you're not okay. And when you actually, that all builds up and you start busting out, your behavior starts getting, then people are going to be like, oh my God, David Bain, stay away from you. You understand? Okay, I have several degrees in psychology. I know what I'm talking about. I've been people watching since I had eyeballs. So Yeah. And I also have to get oral surgery now. I found out that like the insurance that I thought might cover it isn't going to. I'll probably end up in shock trauma for that one. And I probably have to check for a hiatal hernia now. Okay, so I've got hidradenitis suppurativa. There's no cure for that. I've got osteoarthritis in my hips, in my back, and in my knees, and there's no cure for that. Okay? Right. I've also got like borderline diabetes, and there's no cure for that. I have functional neurological disorder, and there's no cure for that. I mean, it's a little more hopeful than people with just regular straight Parkinson's that most people know about, Michael J. Fox style. But it isn't a walk in the park, which means I get chubby because of my medications because I don't have a pool and now I can't go running. Do you understand? If I ran 30 feet, I might as well just keep running to the emergency room. I'm allowed to have a bad day, and so is everyone else. You got to give yourself the grace to do that. To just have one of those days where, if you have to, you just cancel out with some of your friends or something. Because I'm just gonna be in the sour mood. I mean, you come out and hang out with me, sit around. I don't care. Like I've done that. I do that sometimes. Like I'll just be like, oh, you're gonna be all fussy and sour today. Fine, I'll just sit here. Just won't say a thing. At least you know you got somebody right there. If you want to talk, you can. Okay, it is unrealistic. It is the wrong approach. It is. It's not good for you. It builds up expectations. People are like, oh, everything's great and wonderful. And if you keep smiling through it and you keep right, then you're going to be lying to people with your face. And by the time you do need to be heard, and by the time you realize, no, I am not okay. No, I have a hard time. No, you can't keep doing that to me because I just don't have that ability or capability, or that's not in me anymore. You understand? You have to do that. Give yourself grace. Okay? Uh, so, hey, look, it may or may not be Jason Statham. By the way, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, kids. If you haven't seen that movie, you got to see it. What Big Chris and Little Chris, and you'd be surprised what people do for boatloads of money. And Sting's in it, and quite a few other people. But one of my favorite parts is when the passed out chick is upstairs. She got like a blanket on, and they don't know she's there, but she got a big old, what do you call them? A BFG in video games. A big fucking gun, right? Would everybody believe to stop getting shot? Oh, dude. Okay, my straw doesn't go all the way down. Oh, I can cut this. I have to cut my drink. It's only got 5% alcohol. I don't usually drink because of my medications. On occasion, I will, though. Yeah, I've been stupefied and stumbly, but not for a really long time. Oh, boy, yeah. I remember in college, I worked a little extra hard to pay for a mini semester in January to go to Costa Rica for a biodiversity course. Yeah. Well, see, the smart thing would have been for us to stop after we finished the first bottle of cheap Mexican tequila, but we did not. So the three of us who did not, we had a hard time, man. We had a hard time the next day. And what's worse is like the plumbing is crappy. So like when you're sitting on the toilet with the Montezuma's Revenge in, your head's in the sink because it's coming out both ends, and you can't flush, and then you can't clean up because shower's got like 4 drips coming in. And then the coffee in the morning, once you run away from the hand-sized spiders, right? The coffee in the morning is like, whoa, no, it's like viscous. It's like 30 weight, 10 something. 40 weight. Yeah, I don't know. This is pretty bad, right? I had to climb up a freaking volcano that day. That was also when I found out I'm not in as good a shape as I used to be. Ooh. I paid the price for that. Oh boy, did I ever! But it was in Costa Rica. I was on a school break. Yeah, we did see a lot of biodiversity though. And a lot of us kept walking around saying, because everybody thought that there was like, when they'd see a wildcat, I think it was puma. I mean, it likely could have been because there's pumas down there, but yeah, it's like it's not the puma, not the puma, right? Some of us are aging themselves, but I just wanted to say these things. But mental health wise, it's don't mention whether you're having a good or bad day. Okay, most people, you understand, give them the grace to have a bad day or two, or three or four. So I'm about to go through some like crap. And now I have to have a titanium lower half. I really don't want this titanium lower half. Another reason why I contemplate, nobody's around to take care of me. I'm not well taken care of, so like I'm not giving you shit. Rich, wealthy people and people who are pampered and all kinds of crap. Just don't be comparing yourselves to the rest of us. All right, that's not right, man. Go check out the new 21 Pilots album. Let's see. Blue October has stuff coming out. Bush, their album came out. I Beat Loneliness. Chevelle, Braised Blasphemy. I know Volbeat, Mariana's Trench. I think Lady Gaga. I don't even know. Tons and tons. Okay. All right. I gotta go. I'm late for something. Bye bye.